Get on there. What an opening. Fight with the camera. Make sure I got the volume. There we go. This rack is falling apart already. Okay, just have to check YouTube, make sure everything's going right. Do 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 do. Why is supposed to be streaming? Says we're live. Why is it not showing up? Okay, why is this not showing up? There. Testing for sound. What? Camera's blurry. Oops. All right, let's get digital Hammurabi's channel in the description. That looks good. Okay, that looks all right. Save those changes. Okay. Yet again. Boy, YouTube can be a pain in the tuchus. the heck happened to the description? Okay, whoa. Okay, well, clearly the ad is working. Hey, Blue! Yeah. Hold my beer. That was about it. Holy cow. Yeah, just gotta share this across platforms yet. And then I'll be ready to go. Just doing some editing. Or did some editing. I don't even know how awake I am right now. Okay, now why won't Facebook let me paste? There it goes. Okay. And I shared to Discord. I need to share to Twitter. God, I so hate social media sometimes. Give me one button to share across everything, I swear. Oh, dang, Dermeister Entertainment got his channel suspended. Ouch. Just showed up on my Twitter. All right, is there any place else? Probably, let's see, go head over to YouTube Pagans quick. No, I don't know if they'll accept that or not. Well, I've been with the group for years on Facebook, so let's see if YouTube Pagans lets me share this stream or if I get bounced from the group later. Really doubt Layloke and Skavik will do that. Alright, that looks fairly decent. Okay, get rid of Twitter, get rid of Facebook so I don't get a ton of notifications. Oh yeah, there's gonna be quite a few that are gonna die in episode 5. Oh crap. I'm expecting it. Daremeister is one who's against fat acceptance, and he does a lot of fat acceptance cringe videos, and I've participated in some of his videos as far as talking about people that are tired of fat acceptance and trying to actually change their bodies and their lives for the better. And he just shared on Twitch that his channel's suspended, so yikes. So anyway, for anyone who may show up and is fairly new, this is the Dragon of Marduk. I have the description in the description, I should say, English, it's a thing. I have the link to the original image of this, and the reason I'm doing this is for Josh and Megan from Digital Hammurabi, who had helped hubby and I out when we were having some major issues last October, and I didn't even know them at the time, so I decided to do this painting as a thank you, and it may end up being auctioned off, although Josh and Megan want it too, so sorry about the camera quaking. I'm trying to get a good angle. This is done in acrylics, and it's done on a stretched canvas, and it's taken a lot of hours, and it's got several more to go actually. Right now trying to be careful so I don't wreck the wolf statue that was over on this side. This section here was only 5 colors. The orange bricks down below, I think I had the same 5. No, I had 4 colors there, different ones. Lost track of how many here, but I'll show you what I go with. Just old Craft Smart paint. This is almost empty, white. I have 2 different colors of blue. They're really close, but there's enough tonal difference to do what I want. So one is Delta Ceramcoat Ocean Reef Blue, and the other one is Craft Smart Mediterranean. I use what I can afford at this point, but I also like the flow of these paints and how well they work out. Another one I'm using for the bricks in the background is Handmade Modern. This is from Target. This was like $2. This is the driftwood color. Also have Sky from the same one. Craft Time Black Acrylic. I managed to find this at a thrift store. Buy what I can afford. I have Delta Ceramcoat Kelly Green. And I may turn around and throw a little bit of the kiwi in as I get closer to this area, because these bricks up here are going to have to be lighter than these over here. Yeah, I'm looking at the viewfinder, so shouldn't be doing that. A little bit of Craft Smart bright yellow. And for an off-white, I have titanium unbleached, the Liquitex Professional, and as I can afford more, I'm eventually going to switch to all Liquitex Professional. But a lot of these craft paints work so well on rocks and glazed over, and this canvas is going to get glazed as well. Occasionally I'll be rolling back and forth. I'm filming on my phone. If things quit, I probably have a phone call. Hopefully that won't happen. But I have the live chat up on my computer. So, yeah. Brush Water is presented by my channel today, which is backwards on here, but I'm the witch who cursed Von Helton. Yes. It's not drinking water in there. I had gotten that from Zazzle, and I was really disappointed in that mug. I was expecting it was going to be a lot bigger, and it wasn't, so. And their t-shirt, I had ordered the right size t-shirt for me, and it's a child size, which I was really ticked there, too. So, let's get some colors on the recycled tray, and we'll get going. The random music is from YouTube's Creator Studio, so it's all free, so I apologize for any weirdness. And hubby's swearing at the cat. Cat's been causing problems today. I need some of the sky. Oh, that one is starting to thicken up to where... It's an older container of the paint, though. Just use it up. And I gotta be careful not to brush the palette knife up against the canvas, or I'm gonna be regretting it. Hi, Mudbrooker. I love it. I try to have the live chats show up. I just broke my thumbnail trying to open this. I have the live chats show up, or they're supposed to, when the stream, if anyone's replaying it later. But in case anybody can't see it, God, that's gonna bug me now, doggone it. If anyone can't see it, Mudbrooker just said, I considered painting as a hobby. But when I found out they don't make mummy brown out of real mummies anymore, I lost interest. That was awesome. Oh. Boy, that really annoys me that I just split that nail down the middle. Fortunately, I didn't do it to the meat. It was a little longer nail, so. The farting noise was the paint coming out of this. That was not me. Luckily, I didn't spatter myself with paint. Oh, well, there wasn't anything in that bag, really, dear. Well, there's a box of nitrile gloves in there, but that's it. Did I grab the ceramic coat or the other? Looks like I grabbed that blue, so I need that blue. All right. Just using a size 1 brush. Yeah, right back at you, sweetie. I think we're gonna work in here first, and then here, and I'm gonna end up having to stand and change the camera angle and everything to do that up there. Not going there yet. I am gonna have to have things lighter this way because the light was actually coming down from the top. So, you guys can see. Let's zoom in. Camera quake again. One of these days I'm gonna get one of these really nice stable tripods or something. This thing works to a point, but trying to adjust it's really annoying. Okay. And if you look at recreations, well, not recreations, but where Saddam Hussein had the restoration work done on the gate in Babylon, the blue is really, really, really bright. And so this, even though I've done the bricks kind of cracked, I'm trying to retain some of that feel. There's, hubby looked it up, there's like 500 some dragons on this that they originally thought were on the gate. So the one in Detroit, that's the image that I linked to in the description, is not the only one. So I'm not being accurate to it, and it's allowing me to have a little freedom, so I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not doing the cracks exactly or anything, and I refuse. I want spots of the color being intense showing up, and then, you know, a little mixed, a little more muted. I also tend to look at the camera to see what it's showing me on the camera, using it as a tool. I said in my last live stream I used to use a mirror a lot to see proportions and things like that, but I've really found that the cell phone camera helps out a lot as far as being able to see where my color gradients really are going and stuff. It's become one of my favorite tools for everything. Alright, oh, 575 dragons. It's too many. He's joking that I need to paint to recreate the entire gate. Hi, Frog Love. How are you? I did see on that one image that there was a little bit of darker brown in the one spot on the bricks. I think I'm gonna try to put a little bit in. Still trying to use up that really old Liquitex raw sienna. It's like $14 for this bugger. I'm gonna use it up. Oh, sorry. Ouch. That was me earlier today. I feel fine now, but I was just dragging my butt when I got up. That blue. Oh, it's because I had green on the brush. Oh, good grief. Yeah, I'm fully awake. So you're looking at it. Why does the color look funny? Because I have yellow on the brush, maybe, and it's changing the tone of the paint? Oh, good Lord. I am the queen of my own sarcasm today. Okay, that looks good. So, Blue, did you see the scuttlebutt about the Starbucks cup in front of Daenerys? It's like, you know, Winterfell is, has finally made it big time when they get a Starbucks. Oh. Okay. Devious product placement. Well, they gotta get some tourism back into Winterfell, you know. Yeah, so your numbers haven't changed then? So is he thinking that your kidneys are just kind of on an even keel right now, or is it progressing, or what did he say? is the same blue I'd used before, but it just looks... No. No, it's okay. Oh, good grief. Oh, yeah. Starbucks did get some good press out of that. Oh, you're steady for now? Okay. Well, keep trying to do everything he wants you to, because it sounds like he's trying to preserve your kidney function as much as possible. Oh, come on. They only have one Starbucks. King's Landing has one every other block, and they're building the Starbucks experience as a tourist attraction where the Sept of Baelish used to be. Nice. Oh, sweetie, that's beautiful. Well, King's Landing is small, but I have a feeling that, you know, since the great battle against the Night King happened there, they might originate some brand new drinks there, you know, in Winterfell. Have an icy blue one called the Blood of the Night King, and, you know, things like that. I still want to try, since we have all the brewing equipment, I want to try to make the Viking blood honey mead. Really want to try that. Gonna require a lot of cherries. If we do one with a mix of, say, cherry and blackberry, we could call it Dragon's Blood. That would be awesome. Blend that in a little better. I don't want stark patches of color sticking out like that. Wants you to lose 35 pounds by December, since you lost 7 since October. So you're down 37 since the end of June. Well, good. You're on the right track. Make a trip to Door County. Yeah, some people can lose weight faster than others, and it's frustrating for me, but then I had one of those days where I was just really hungry again, and all I wanted to do was eat. Then I turned around and made sure I got my workout in, so that'll help. And this brick a little bit more worn. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, that's blended better. Oh, apples and honey. And cherries and deep fried lawyers. Yeah, oh, I get that. Having the motivation when you feel like crap is really hard to get moving. What I have to do most of the time, because I have days where I feel like crap more often than not. And I just have to keep thinking of the end goal, what medications I don't want to be on, what ones I want to get rid of, and just keep that in my head. And that kind of helps me be a little bit more motivated to keep going on the bad days. But I think you probably have harder bad days than I do, for sure, with what's going on with you. Because with your kidney function decrease, that's making you feel like crap more often than not. You know, it just makes it really difficult to get the motivation when you don't have the energy there, you know. And you just gotta try and fight and keep the end goal in mind. And then don't berate yourself for having those bad days, because you know you're fighting your body at this point. And your body is not the most cooperative thing with the kidney problems. And that in part, you know, with the history of the polycystic kidneys and stuff, that's not something that you caused or anything. So don't get yourself into blame mode over that either if that happens. And I know some days when you're having those bad days, and you know, you tend to blame yourself, and there's certain things that you can't blame yourself over. And set yourself small goals, certain steps at a time. Like right now, my next goal is to get down to the 210, and then I know I can at least get to the 200 at that point, and just do those little steps at a time. If you try to do too big of a goal at once, then you feel defeated if you don't get to that big goal right away. So even in nursing, we were taught to do the small goals, and those small goals lead up to the big one. So for me, my small goals are going to lead up to me getting off the diabetes medication. And I don't know about the blood pressure medication, because with the Raynaud's syndrome, I have bad circulation to my legs and to my hands. They're a raw mess right now. And So my doctor said I may be stuck with blood pressure meds the rest of my life, regardless how much weight I lose. Thyroid med, I can't do squat about. I have no thyroid function. Cholesterol, that may or may not be weight dependent. That went crazy high when I was doing full vegan. After 3 months, my cholesterol doubled. So I'm one of those lucky few that has a body that raises the cholesterol for fun. So, I mean, there's certain things you can't do anything about. And you got to keep that in mind too, but you still set those goals anyway and say that's what, you know, what you're going to do, but small steps at a time. Oh, ungodly slimy critters. Yeah, I love fish. Yeah. If anything, what you should do, a frog lover, is get a couple of daytime bulbs for your lamps that reproduce the daylight spectrum, and try to have them in the rooms that you frequent. If you're finding that that is something that is making you feel better with the sunlight, then you need to get that inside your house as well. And that, you know, maybe that's something that'll help you out there. Sorry, had to take a drink. Diet 7-Up today. I have a cup of water here too. Trying to prevent as bad camera quakes. BMI of 35. Oh, that's a huge difference, frog lover. From 56 to 49, that's huge. That's major accomplishment. That's definitely something to be proud of right there. So you are doing the right steps. It's just the motivation to keep going, which I fully understand. And then the fun part is going to be having to, you know, try to continue with it after you reach your goal. Because then your next goal is to stay as healthy as possible. Okay. Yeah. Well, the problem is I have a labile blood pressure. So, you know, it can be really low 1 minute and then really super high. Like, dangerously high. I've had blood pressures of 220 over 115, you know, and mind you, at the time I know I was over 250 pounds because I stopped weighing myself at that point. And that was not a pleasant experience to have my blood pressure that high. And so I don't want to be back at that point, but you know, I could be at work the next day without medication and my blood pressure's 90/50. Now, I don't know if I'm that way anymore because I'm on losartan for my blood pressure, and that's been keeping it stable. So I don't know if the weight loss is going to help me get off of the medication or if I'm going to be stuck on it forever. My doctor does think that I'm going to be stuck on it forever. Just because it's too dangerous to play around with and find out, you know, if it was my weight or if I am just one of those with the circulation problems. And that's too risky to have seizures, strokes, and cardiac arrest. So if he says I'm going to stay on it, I'm not going to argue. I'll be like, yeah, okay. Oh, that's looking so nice. Just took a glimpse at the camera again. Oh, that looks really cool. It's like right now, I ate when I got up, and I worked out, felt fine working out, and I've been making sure I have my liquids and everything. I haven't had anything with sugar in it, but I have had carbohydrates when I got up, and still I'm feeling funky right now. Just sitting here. Slightly dizzy. And this happens every single day. So that's why all of a sudden the sun quieted down, as I just started feeling really weird. Metoprolol and lisinopril. Yeah. I can't remember. I don't think that losartan's a beta blocker because there's asthmatics and people with reactive airway disease have problems with beta blockers. So I don't remember exactly what it is that he put me on. Oh yeah, and joys of getting old. Yeah, I'm gonna be 52 in October. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, I'm taking 4,000 units a day of vitamin D. They've got you on 50,000? That one I don't know. Oh, this, I'm really, really liking this. Dr. Josh really likes this too. He asked me today on Discord if it would be dishonorable of him to bid on the painting himself and keep it. And I'm like, I was originally doing this as a thank you to you guys for helping us out. So, I mean, if you want the painting, we'll send you the painting. But you're the one who suggested auctioning the thing off. So, I don't know what he's going to do. He might want the painting. It was kind of funny. I was just laughing. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Oh, 5,000. Okay. I was like, holy cow, that's high. Yeah, I'm taking 4,000 a day. So I'm trying to move this just a little. There we go. Still gonna try the shading here yet. Need to get that intense downward shading, and then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to do a little lighter from this. I don't know, because all the light, they had the light on the top. But still, it's not going to be as intense shading right here as it is under this part, so. And then I'll have to lighten the shading up. No, I won't have to on that side, just over here. Okay, I'm done talking to myself now. A little bit of white. A little more black. Drop the tray yet again. Yeah, I debated if I was going to do Minecraft tonight, but I'm just a little burned on it right now. Needed to take a break. In part because I have two big projects that I gotta finish before I release episode 50 and release it for download. And there's such big projects that I'm sitting there going, oh, I don't want to do this. I'm being lazy. And I've been wanting to get this done, so priorities. Okay, that I'm gonna have to lighten that there. Didn't quite know where I was going with these at the time. Easy fix though. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That looks decent. All right. Back up into his thigh gap. Really expecting the gods to slap me down when I'm making thigh gap jokes on an ancient dragon. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, maybe it'll be Bauer Helton's gods that'll decide to slap me. His unnamed ones. There, I just gave them names. The unnamed ones. He follows the unnamed gods. I think we all should start using that. Be funny. And it's not insulting either, but it still would irritate the crap out of him, I think. Since he's the expert of all religions. Is taking a dive. There we go. Oh, I'm going to be so happy to get some reasonable progress on this done. I'll still have to work the sides of the canvas off camera because it's going to be just too hard to deal with all the brickwork on the sides. Oh, nice. And doing that on camera is going to be a pain in the butt. Yeah, the Marvel gods. Yeah, I agree with that. I have to be careful with that wolf's head behind there. So I'm using my My Little Pony lunchbox that has all my tarot cards in it to support on this end. Yes, I did say that, as absurd as that sounds. I have a My Little Pony lunchbox with tarot cards in it. All right. So I didn't do much highlighting or shading here on this side. I think I'm going to put the more intense shading back up in here under the tail where you guys can't see. I need more of the sky color. Trying to use up every little last bit of paint. I hate wasting it. There. That was more white than I wanted out of there, but oh well. I just, when I'm done, I have brush cleaner, but I usually wash my acrylic brushes with just either dish soap or hand soap. I love that. I have a Game of Thrones tarot box with the Game of Thrones tarot and book in it yet that I got last year for my birthday, but I haven't done a review on it yet on camera. I've opened it up, but then I'm like, no, I'm not going to look at this until I do it on camera. So I still have to videotape that. I should do it sometime this week. I have a Game of Thrones tarot. And then I got this really cheap one off of Wish, and it's not a bad tarot deck, but the card printing is just crap. I mean, it's like somebody printed it off on their home printer with regular computer paper or something. I mean, it's cardstock, but it's just terrible, and there's no gloss to it. There's just nothing. Although the artwork is interesting, so it's like, okay. And I don't do tarot readings very often, but That's sometimes fun to do. Just to look at them and see, you know, what I come up with. There we go. And then I have my own private tarot that I use for my own readings once in a while. Is the Favol Tarot, which is a vampire-based tarot. The artwork is so beautiful on it. It's by the artist Victoria Francis, and the cards are written in Spanish, and it's such beautiful artwork. And I just love it. And then I have the Visconti tarot deck, which is gold-leafed. And that one's just pretty. That one I don't use. I just have it because it's a gorgeous deck. I used to collect art cards like Boris Vallejo and stuff like that, and then of course my Magic the Gathering cards back in the day and stuff that I sold the deck to a friend and they never paid me for it, and I had like cards now in there that now they're worth 20 grand each. One of them for sure. I had an original Black Lotus. And that's gone, of course. Those people took the money and ran. And I still have my Vallejo art cards, and I'm using my Prakanowick tarot deck for readings for other people. But I don't have a lot of tarot decks, but I have ones that are beautiful artwork, and that's what I like. They gotta be pretty. I'm terrible. Somebody actually is doing a My Little Pony tarot. They're designing one. And their artwork it's very precise. They're doing a lot of stained glass look to it and everything, so you've got the real high detail and the beautiful line work and everything, and so they're making it more like classical art than My Little Pony, and it's, I don't know, they publish it, I might get that one. But I think nowadays people aren't as strict about what artwork is on the tarot cards as much as they used to be. It isn't, well, it has to be this mystical thing and all that. I think there's even a Star Wars tarot out there someplace, you know. It just doesn't make that much difference anymore. It's what the person who owns the deck likes, art-wise. I was designing my own deck, and I have a few cards done with it, but it's like I don't know a lot about it enough to actually do a decent deck, and I kind of lost interest in designing it. And I just like, well, okay, I'm going to go do something else. And at the time I was doing it, I didn't think I was a good enough artist for what I wanted to do with it. And I had no clear direction. So it's like, man, it's on the back burner. I'd rather finish my Mystical Horses coloring book drawings that I want to sell on Amazon. But my scanner is dying. It's not doing such a good job anymore. I have to send everything to my sister-in-law for image editing and for image cleanup. And for that, I need really good scans. And right now is not... The scanner's not good anymore. So, yeah. Again, not the biggest priority. I have face painting coming up in September. I've got all sorts of other stuff. Oh, I'm sure there's a Hello Kitty tarot someplace. I bet there is. And I have to photograph all the necklaces that I filmed on my last video and put those up on Etsy. So there's just too many things to do, and I'm working 6 days a week, so life is like, yeah, this is what you're doing right now, deal with it. Cat's really trying to get in the door. I hear meow and scratching at my door, and he's really wanting in. And I won't let him because I have jewelry all over my desk, and I know he'd want to play with it all. Mommy, let me in. I really want in, Mommy. There he goes. Wraith, you better not be playing with that cord. Yeah, he's playing with my Ethernet cord for the computer in here. Of course. Wraith! Oh, cat! Stop it! You're not coming in here. Oh, sorry. Back the phone. Can't chair into the phone. Good job. Sorry, guys. There we go. Oh no. Okay. I gotta click on that and see. Gotta see. Oh dear goddess. Oh dear goddess. Oh no. Oh, that's not a pretty tarot card set. Oh no. Wraith! Ah, cat! Leave the cable alone! Little shyster! Probably gonna have to get that, somehow get that over the door or something. I don't know. Oh, come on, Mudbrooker. You want the Hello Kitty Tarot. You know you do. The scary part is you know somebody bought that. I think I got a heavy enough bag on the Ethernet cord now that it's not gonna pull under the door where he can chew it. But he sure is trying. And he wants to have all of his people around. And he does not like if I'm outside or I'm in another room that he can't get in. Wraith gets really, really upset. It's an American Bombay. They're super duper clingy cats. And then the kitten gets in there in his head, and it's like, well, while I'm upset, there's this thing here I'm going to play with. And maybe Mommy will come and open the door and let me in. Yeah. He just met the soft end of the broom. Well, that's why he left. Oh, well, that explains it. Thank you, sweetie. He's just being a little tyrant there. Darker blue. I gotta remember to be careful with that nail so I don't split it all the way. Opening the paint jar lid. I'm also probably Friday, I don't know, depends on if my son is home Friday. Otherwise, depends on when I wake up Thursday. I'll probably do another like hour or two live stream, get this thing done so I can get back to doing Minecraft. I know you can't see where I'm working right at the moment. I'm just, this side of the canvas I can see, so this is, I'm doing this while I'm over here. There we go. Okay. I love these colors. Nice and soft. Broom to his butt. I had to just check the computer and make sure the screensaver didn't kick in, so I was looking at the soft end of the broom thing again. Okay. A little more black. Not as much though, because this is going to be a little bit more lighter and gray over here, just to keep that worn look to it. Some of that in there. There we go. My mom never finished the one painting she has. That she did this rodeo horse rearing up backwards, and the cowboy fell off and had his foot caught in the stirrup, which is extremely dangerous. Especially, you know, breaking broncs to get your foot caught in the stirrup is really, really bad. So she did this painting like this. And when I was 5 years old, I decided to help. So I took her linseed oil. And this canvas is about, her canvas is about double the size of the one I'm working on. She had a square foot corner left. And I turned around and I took the linseed oil and scrubbed it in one spot on that corner. But I remember my thinking, scary that I remember my thinking at 5 years old. I'm like, this doesn't look like Mom's. So I gave up on it. Left the linseed oil out. It dried some, you know, it definitely dried on the canvas. So there's this big streak where the cowboy's head was. And my mom got so frustrated. I think that's part of why she never finished the painting. It's just sitting in the basement. And it's like, I want the painting because, you know, I kind of helped paint it. So this scrubbing I'm doing on the canvas is reminding me of that. I know, it's just like one of those family memory things that, boy, she was mad. Oh my gosh. Almost as, well, maybe she was just as mad as when I put a bunch of instant coffee in her aquarium with the angelfish, her saltwater aquarium, and killed all the fish. I tore apart this expensive gold watch from Germany because I wanted to see how it worked. I was kind of a little turd when it came to stuff like that. Wanted to see how things work. I thought the angelfish, you know, coffee. Mom had coffee every morning, so yeah, the fish had to have coffee too. Another time I ate a whole jar of mustard. Then I didn't like mustard for years after that. I do now, but it took me a while to gain the taste of mustard back after that. We're not talking a little jar. Okay, that looks nice. I like that too. Yeah, they didn't die in their sleep. They got over caffeinated. Oh, not my better days. I had to admit on Hilton's latest video where he's comparing the Hot Wheels drag racers with some other dragsters, 'cause he wants to get into racing them, I guess. And then he was talking about how people are betting on some of the bigger races, and I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, you're counting on getting money off of that, aren't you? You know, it's kind of like other people in their lottery thing. But I did have to admit, it was an enjoyable video. It was a lot of fun to watch, and I commented on that. And then his kids appeared in it, and oh my gosh, they've gotten big. His girls are actually very pretty girls. But I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and he had the camera angled towards the front door of his trailer. So in the background, his boy Jerry goes, and Hilton didn't see it, but Jerry grabbed the broom and went out the front door. And then the girls come in asking for the bubble wrap, and I'm sitting there, bubble wrap, broom, what's the third item they're going to come up with? And these kids are taking things out of the house, and they're showing their projects on camera at the same time, you know, and trying to hug camera space, and they were having fun. So, you know, I love kids, so that's always going to be my soft spot. And, you know, I have talked to his girls before, so, you know, that part is still hard for me because I like his girls. But, oh my gosh, it was so funny. I'm sitting there watching these little kids be so industrious, and there goes the broom, there goes the bubble wrap. I'm like, oh, what are they doing outside on the deck of the trailer? And it just made me think of when I was that age. I got in trouble for taking my mom's good barn hammer, and I went and, you know, because we'd built the horse stalls and everything else, you know, and so I decided the one day to be really helpful and learn what I was doing, and I pounded a whole bunch of nails into all these boards, and then I took the hook on the back of the hammer and pulled all the nails out. And I left big chips in the, or indentations in the hammer, because these were the barn nails I was playing with, and I was right about that age of Hilton's kids. So I was trying not to bust a gut last night watching that, because I'm like, oh, holy cow, what are they into? And Jerry being so industrious about getting that broom. Just great. At least they were having fun. I just hope those kids can get a chance to have a good life and a good education and stuff like that. I really hope they can. I don't know. I have my doubts because Dad is crazy. But it was nice to see children having fun anyway. Hopefully he didn't yell at them when he got off camera. Probably did, but hopefully not. If he were to keep doing videos like that, though, I think he actually would have some success if he got away from all the hateful crap and all of that and just, you know, did hobby videos. And did videos with family and stuff like that, but, you know, it's not going to happen. Still kind of sad. I just hope those babies turn out all right. Oh, looks like I'm going to have to move the camera up. We had an old stone barn foundation on our place when I was a kid. It was the greatest fort ever. I still have the scars. Yeah. My thing to play on, and I have a scar on my lower lip. My thing was this old tractor that we had over by the one barn. Where we used to live, we had a burned down sheep barn, and then we had, and the remains of that were still standing. Sorry, sinuses are clogging on me again. And then we had the horse barn, and then we had another old sheep barn too. And the old farm was like, by that point it was like 70, 80, closer to 80 years old. So these old buildings just still sitting there that were just burnt up remains, and the tractor was sitting next to, you know, out towards the back near this sheep barn so that it was out of the way because the tractor wasn't running. And I used to play on it all the time. And so winter came around, and I was 9 years old. And the few neighbors that I had, we decided we were going to have sled races. But our idea of sled races, you know, we also had to be able to run really fast with the sleds so that we could get up the hill quick and then get back down the hill. So we have a whole bunch of snow sitting out, and I'm taking the wooden sled and I'm pulling it through the snow, and I tripped. And one of the other pieces of farm equipment sitting next to this old tractor was the disc, the big, it was like 15 feet of discs for tilling the field. And those were old rusted out discs. And I tripped over one piece of this machine and landed and hit one of those discs. And I was lucky that all I had was 6 stitches on my lower lip, because I could have sliced my face wide open had I hit the right way. And so, you know, I did my share of getting into trouble. What's really kind of funny, though, is I had this doctor that was from India, my pediatrician, at this little clinic in the nearby town. And so he did the it was the hospital emergency room that did the stitches, and my mom took me to this doctor to get the stitches taken out. And they had put the stitches in so deep and so bad that he was having trouble. He was having to dig them out, and this is where I ended up with my fear of needles. Because there was so much Novocaine, and I'm that young, and so many shots, because he had to dig these stitches out. And the man, my mom said she knew a little bit of Hindi. She recognized that he was swearing in Hindi right in front of me, and I didn't understand a word of it, of course. But I knew it was bad words. And he had been with our family for I think he moved back to India when I was 17 or something like that. So he'd worked with me for a long, long time, but it was just funny. And my mom's trying to cover my ears. That disc tiller ended up being moved. I'd play in climbing trees and everything else on that old farm. I didn't have too many friends. My friends were my cats. And then my parents went through their divorce, and that was kind of my refuge out there away from everything. Because I was pretty young when all that happened. About the same age as Hilton's kids, actually. That just makes me wonder what kind of trouble they're getting into. But is it a good kind, the good kind of trouble that they're still going to unfortunately get in trouble for? But, the creative, silly kids stuff that kids do out on farm life. And he has such an opportunity, though, considering they're out in the country and that, they're not stuck in the city. He's got all that land that they have access to and everything. He could be out with the kids learning to garden and tending the property and doing all these things and helping his mom to kind of pay her back for her letting him stay there. And just teaching these kids some amazing stuff, and he just doesn't. If he worked hard, they could have, even goats or something like that, have a small farm, and the kids could learn all these things that, kids living in the city next to me don't have an opportunity for anymore. And he just won't. And it's really, really sad. I wonder what those children do all day long. Because, anything that they're learning in school, I'm sure he's trying to unteach them, because, the earth is flat and aliens and reptilians like me. It's there's so much that he could be doing with those kids, even without a lot of money. I just hope they have good lives. Don't end up hating the world around them. Hating people just based on their religion. learn proper science and math and learn to care about others, have a chance at good jobs and a good life. And I guess only time will tell, but okay. Oh, that looks cool. Going up. Everybody, this is a dragon's butt. And no, I have not had any alcohol or anything to make me loopy. This is just the way that I am. Sorry, trying to clean the excess paint off the brush. All right. And let's go with that. Might be blocking the camera for a minute there. Boy, I really just hit this mellow, peaceful mode here. Talking about old farm life and Bauer Helton's children and just hit this quiet moment. I'm almost channeling Bob Ross. I guess I'd feel better if Helton in the future, like soon future, would do videos where he and his kids are constructing cars or testing on the tracks or things like that together, like some other family channels do, and show that he's letting the kids participate in this. I mean, not really to compare or anything, but here at this house, it was, you know, we were working on costumes together and stuff like that for the Renaissance festivals, and hubby, even though he wasn't even married to me at the time, he's doing rocket stuff with my son, and you know, just typical dad things. And I'm really hoping he does that with those three. It'd be so nice to see. sometime watches. Oh, I'm going to show that message. About the band and the oh, the barn and the scars. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I still got to do your pantry challenge too yet. I'm not a baker, so I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be a totally new experience for me. And then, of course, I, really need that. God, I can't get that jar open. There. I really need to be able to have a day to do that, too. I'm so bad with baking that every time I said I was going to bake a cake, my kids were screaming, "Oh, God, Mom, no." And I'm not kidding. That's exactly what came out of their mouths. And hubby doesn't understand how I cannot bake. My sister bakes. And it used to be that she didn't cook. Well, I did all the... She's 8 years younger than me, so I did all the cooking and taking care of her, And... But baking, I guess it's the precision of it that kind of just made me really squidgy. That I was always afraid I was going to screw something up. But yet cooking, following recipes, I follow recipes. I don't have that problem, I do that. And then I change them. Because I remember flavors and stuff. So I don't think I would be that bad at baking. But I've screwed up a boxed brownie mix. And so, I don't know, the pantry challenge is going to be a big challenge for me. Yes. Hubby says it exactly. Oh God, she's going to bake. Yeah. Hubby is the one who does the baking because he's excellent at it. Best pumpkin pie I have ever had in my entire life is his pumpkin pie. I cannot even have it at a restaurant anymore, or buy a pre-baked one at the store or something, because they just don't compare. And he's made artisan breads, and he's done focaccia, and I mean, just such good stuff. And I don't understand what my thing is with baking. Yet here I turned out a really wonderful pheasant when I did my cooking, and I just threw the stuff together. So I'm still thinking my pantry challenge might have to be pancakes, and instead of using the regular wheat flour, I do have chickpea flour sitting here for higher protein and higher fiber and stuff, and lower glycemic index. So I may try that, and instead of using the wheat flour like you had. And that'll be the only substitution. It's still a flour, so, I love you, sweetie. I am going to have to set up that video camera for when I do the pantry challenge. Oh, dear Lord, I can't believe I'm agreeing to do that. There we go. He does have a bit of a tail like a cat. This has almost got a kitty strut thing going when they got their tail in the air, like they don't care. I want to start changing this up a little bit. There we go. We'll get the fire truck and ambulance on standby. You'll be fine, and if things go wrong, we can sell the pancakes to the local Frisbee golf store. Oh, sweetheart. That's the truth, though. Hubby saw the photos of my end result of the boxed brownie mix. I had the fork held like this. The brownie mix, I just took the fork, and after I baked them, I poked it in and picked the entire pan shape brownie out of the pan, holding it up in the air above my head like this, and my kids got a photo of it. It was like this massive sheet of rubber with chocolate flavoring. And it was supposed to be for a dialysis patient and for his birthday, and I showed him the photo, and he said, well, it was the thought that counts. Yeah, I am a pretty gifted cook. I want to learn to make beef Wellington, though, so I need to learn to bake anyway. I want to do some fancier things just for fun, you know? Uh-oh, kitten's trying the Ethernet cord again. Little stinker. Gosh, he's a stinker. That cat. I get the weird batch of music there. Well, this is my old Minecraft playlist. Oh, while I was working out, I was watching Fight the Flat Earth. Had Red's Rhetoric against Russian vids on today. Oh my word, Russian vids is so bad. That guy is just wonky. For some reason, the TV show V, back in the 80s, proves flat Earth. Because reptilians. I was just utterly dumbfounded. People gotta stop revealing us reptilians, you know? No, my father, before he died, actually said to me that he had had a vision where I had turned into a reptile, and I'm like, but I'm not possessed or anything. And of course, at that time, I had no idea that this was a thing. And, well, I have bloodlines that could be considered reptilian, if you're a conspiracy theorist. I'm one of those people. But I had no clue until I inherited everything, and there were catalogs of conspiracy books about reptilians and alien invasion and all of this stuff, and I put two and two together and went, oh my gosh, he thought I was one of those. So yeah, Russian vids out revealing everything. No. No, I actually do not believe that, but oh, it was such a train wreck. Just to listen to that while I was working out. I got a really good workout in, though. But boy, that man is whacked. Holy crap, he's wacky. The Crimson Permanent Assurance conclusively proved the Earth to be flat. I've never even heard of them. But the problem is I'm only an Illuminati breeder, so, you know, I didn't do very good because I could only have 2 children. So I didn't get my paycheck, and I think my membership's been revoked. Yeah, you know, when I nearly died having both of them and almost lost both of the kids, you know, they figured I was a bad breeder.
Where's the money from your shielding?
I don't know. That's why I think my license has been revoked. I'm a bad Illuminati shill. Unless Michael starts designing spacecraft, then they may forgive me and give me my license back. Of course, I might get it back anyway because my daughter's working for a electrical engineering firm, and looks like they might put her through the rest of her schooling, and she'll be designing stuff for them. So they've already discussed that stuff with her. So yeah, I might get my Illuminati license back. Start getting my paychecks again. Of course, if I keep painting like this, they might decide to do that anyway. Maybe Russian vids will expose me. But yeah, that live stream was such a train wreck. Oh my word. I don't know why Red's Rhetoric does that to himself. I really like that. That's looking nice. Oh yeah, there goes some of that weird music I had picked for Minecraft. Suddenly, bah! My white privilege. Okay, it's a short shout from a Monty Python movie. Okay. Hi, Lieutenant Galloway. Thank you. Yeah, my white privilege patriarchy checks haven't been showing up either. I gotta call the head office and see what's going on. You know, we've been having so many problems with the federal government, though, that this stuff might be just backed up. You know, that's possible. Camera quake. There we go. I really like how this dragon is turning out. It looks like I used up almost all of that one color. That way, there. All right. stuff in there. Scrubby, scrubby, scrubby. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. All right. A little bit more blue. Oh, that one cap. Sorry, got the paintbrush in my mouth again. Not the end with... All right, are we still going? Or did the camera freeze? Nope, that looks okay. Can you guys still hear me? Anybody still hear me? Okay, no video. All right, well, that was my daughter calling, so I'm just going to let it go for tonight. Because I'd have to restart the stream anyway. But thank you for popping in, Grampy. But yeah, I should give my kid a call back. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic night. I'm sorry the stream got killed here, but it is what it is. That's what I get for filming on the phone. So blessed be everyone.